Hello and greetings from Paris. I'm Noor Manasali. I'm Deputy Director of Studies at ESSEC Business School Executive Education, and this session is about how to incorporate social responsibility into your EMBA curriculum through the social class project. Rather than hear from just me about the project, we thought that we'd take advantage of the virtual format of the conference this year to have you hear from professors, colleagues, and actual program participants about their experience with the project. The session will actually be broken down into 3 parts. In the first part, I'll tell you all about ESSEC, our programs, and what the social class project is. In the second part, you'll hear from EMBA program participants and alumni about their experience with the project. And in the third part, I'll include some more concrete details about how we implement the social class project into our curriculum. I hope you enjoy the session. So let me tell you a little bit more about us. ESSEC is a top business school in France, and we are ranked number 7 business school in Europe by the Financial Times. ESSEC was founded in 1907, and we have 5 campuses around the world, where we teach programs in both French and in English. Our biggest campus is located in the city of Cergy. It's about 45 minutes outside of Paris, and it's where we house our undergraduate programs and other programs such as our full-time global MBA and our master's in hospitality management. Our second campus is located in Paris. It's actually at the La Défense district, which is the largest business district in Europe, and it's where we house all of our executive education programs, including our EMBAs, our executive master's degrees, our advanced certificates, and other shorter programs. Our third campus is located in Singapore. It's where we house both full-time and part-time undergraduate and executive programs, as well as research. Our fourth campus is located in Morocco, in the city of Rabat, and it houses both undergraduate and executive programs. And our latest campus, our 5th campus, is the ESSEC Augmented Digital Campus. It's where we offer online certificates as well as a 100% online executive master's degree in digital transformation, where students join us from around the world. As you know, this session will focus on our executive MBAs, and we actually have 2 of them. The first one is the ESSEC EMBA, and it's located here in Paris. The second is the ESSEC Mannheim EMBA, and it's a dual degree program with our partner, Mannheim Business School, located in Germany. This program actually has 2 tracks, a European track and an Asian track. Let's hear a little bit more about these programs directly from their academic directors.
Hello and welcome to Singapore. My name is Chedomir Nestorovic, and I am director of the ESSEC and Mannheim Executive MBA Asia Pacific track. This is the track that we have in Singapore for the last 7 years, and we are in the process of recruiting for the next batch, which will start in October. Our batch is a little bit smaller than the batch that we have in Europe. We have from 15 to 20 students, but the diversity is quite important because we don't have only participants coming from Asian countries such as Japan, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, and so on. We also have some expatriates who are living in Singapore, and they're taking this opportunity to upgrade their skills and knowledge, especially for the situation coming after the COVID-19 pandemic. What is special concerning our program is that we are putting the emphasis on the new methods and on the new techniques. What is also interesting is that we have an entrepreneurship project which is running for the 15 months. That is the duration of the program. At the beginning, it was a classical entrepreneurship project, but we have transformed it into entrepreneurship, innovation, and sustainability. We are meeting the European cohort once in Europe and once in Asia, when we are all going together. And the diversity that we are bringing there is enriching, and it is also fostering discussions with our colleagues who are coming from Europe.
Hello, my name is Ivana Ljubic. I am Academic Director of ESSEC and Mannheim Executive MBA Program. I am professor at ESSEC, teaching decision analytics, operations research, and supply chain courses in various ESSEC programs. In our unique approach, we are offering several different elements that combine academic and practical activities in a comprehensive package. Thanks to our collaboration with Mannheim Business School from Germany, our participants are immersing in a truly international experience. We welcome about 25 different nationalities in our program, and the program takes place at 3 different locations. One of these locations is here at La Défense in Paris, the other one is on our campus in Singapore, and the third location is at Mannheim Business School in Germany. Thanks to collaboration between the 2 business schools, our participants have access to more than 70,000 alumni throughout the world. There are 3 types of group exercises in which we bring together leadership experience with academic content. These exercises include work on the assignments in the multi-competency teams, work on the strategic project, which is the cornerstone of our program, and also the work on the social class project. ESSEC and Mannheim EMBA program is not only about improving soft and hard managerial skills. At the core of our program, it's also business ethics and social responsibility. And one of the major elements of our program is the social class project, around which we invite our participants to contribute to our society with their activities, with their connections, and their expertise. Being senior leaders and privileged members of our society, our participants are invited to contribute to projects that can help to fight injustice, protect the environment, or help those in need. These activities can be done by supporting underrepresented groups in our society, but also abroad, by organizing different types of charity events, by collaborating with NGOs, or by organizing their own association. The Social Class Project is organized by the steering committee, who monitors the evolution of the project, defines the major milestones, and makes sure that all the steps of the project are executed in the right order. The major activities which are carried out in the scope of the Social Class Project include social media campaigns, definition and tracking of the KPIs, organization of social events, and ensuring the sustainability of the project even upon the end of the program.
So now let's talk about the Social Class Project. The project is an integral part of our EMBA programs. Here to tell you a little bit more about the project is my colleague Nina Landauer from Mannheim Business School in Germany. She will be followed by some current and former participants who will tell you about their experiences with the Social Class Project.
Hi everybody, I'm Nina. I'm Director of Degree Programs at Mannheim Business School, and in that function I'm running 3 different Executive MBA programs, one of them together with my dear colleagues at ESSEC. So we have the ESSEC and Mannheim Executive MBA. ESSEC and Mannheim both believe that having a social class project in the program is extremely valuable. And we feel that this is due to different objectives that complement each other. One of them being giving back to society. We want to educate responsible leaders of tomorrow and today, and this is why we want our classes to show their commitment, to show their engagement, and to do something for a social cause. At the same time, we feel that working on a joint project in a class is something that fosters the class spirit and also comes with some managerial skills that we want our executive MBAs to acquire or to sharpen. So the social class project also trains the capability of working in international teams. It is something where we have a long track record, and even in these current pandemic times, we have a class that just successfully completed their social class project, working together with a French and a German organization to fight blood cancer. Just a few days ago, I had the pleasure to congratulate our class on their achievements in fundraising and raising awareness. And I have to admit, this last current project is so present in my LinkedIn account that I feel I'm an active part of the Spread the Word campaign, and it's so great to see that. The social class project adds a lot of value for the participants. Next to the objectives that I just described, like giving back to society, doing good, fostering class spirit, we see that our students are surprised by the impact that the project has on themselves, and that they have never thought that an idea such as the social class project would mean so much to them.
Hello, my name is Deborah Marques. I'm from Brazil. I'm a requirements manager at Bosch.
Lubana Abdul. I work at the DCO as Chief Compliance and Internal Audit Officer. I am Franco-Syrian.
I'm Jules Kegi, working in the area of medical device manufacturing as a group manager. I come from Cameroon, working and living in Germany.
I'm Marco Cipolla. I live in Luxembourg and I work in investment fund company.
My name is Sophie Dubois. I am Director Market Access and Public Affairs at Takeda, and I'm currently doing an Executive MBA at ESSEC in Mannheim. And I'm French, as you can tell by my accent.
I'm Marco Valente. I'm Portuguese, living in France for 10 years now. And I'm an engineering manager in Technip FMC.
My name is Janet Yonda. I am an ESSEC and Mannheim Business School student. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm a sales and marketing executive.
My name is Olga Semenenko. Originally I'm from Ukraine, but it's already in France for more than 10 years. I got used to work for the group BNP Paribas International Retail Markets, but now I launched my entrepreneurship project, and it's happened thanks to ESSEC.
The Executive MBA class of 2021 had decided that we wanted to fight for leukemia. With Germany, we focused on an association that supported leukemia called DKMS. And in France, we supported the Laurette Frugain Association.
You have a patient being diagnosed worldwide with blood cancer every 35 seconds. You need to rely on anonymous donors, and so people need to register on banks to be contacted whenever needed to save a patient.
We wanted to help DKMS and Laurette Frugain to fight on blood cancer and to try to find people for additional donations on stem cells or on money to support the organizations.
The story behind the cause is Lubana. Lubana, she's originally from Syria. She came out of Syria, she came to France, build up her professional life, her personal life, but she never forgot the people that she left behind. And we all found that to be quite inspiring, and we wanted to follow her.
Our project aims mainly to help Syrian women and young girls via education who are refugees in the countries metropole of Syria, meaning Turkey, Jordan, Iraq, and Lebanon. And the first stage of the project, we concentrated our efforts to help in Lebanon.
Article 1 is associations that striving for the equality of opportunities for the young people in terms of how to access to the educational program and to the employment. So me as my other classmates became to organize workshop for the young students, help them to orient them in their career, help to prepare their CV and for the first interviews. Another opportunities for us to participate, it was fundraising. So as for me, I found my own way. During quarantine, I had opportunity to realize my dream. I wrote a book for children and I organized a charity sales of the book which raised funds for the foundation, and it was also opportunity to promote the ideas about Article 1 and talk about this issue. Actually, it was quite active participation of all the classmates, and we gathered 10 different subjects and topics or potential projects.
We had a couple of projects which we internally discussed, and this project was for us the most encouraging one, where we saw the best choice to help people.
I proposed the project. It was one of the reasons why I joined the ESSEC also, and when I presented it to the class, we get unanimous vote on it, so it was rather quick and easy.
We had 3 main KPIs aligned with the main objective of the organizations.
One was about fundraising for the cause.
Increasing the sensibilization of the people and the community on that topic.
And the third one was stem cell donors registration.
Given that we were right in the middle of COVID, we did a majority of our project online. We raised over $12,000, and we had over 25,000 social media views.
Our main objective wasn't just collecting the money.
Our first target was to make an association that will live beyond the MBA. So we needed to establish the bylaws, to get a legal entity running. Things like getting a bank account proved to be a major challenge.
Organize a certain number of mentorship and 8 workshops, as well as to fundraise 10,000 euro to support them, to give them opportunities to enter school and provide all necessary supplement.
We had a steering committee, and in this steering committee, all the people have dedicated roles.
We talked with the class every month, at least once, to define which were the contingency plans, the contingency measures that we could do to make everybody able to contribute.
We further segmented into fundraising and tracking KPIs. We had an online social media team, and we had internal and external communication.
We went through different approaches. I would say we started with a very company-like approach with departments like finance and communication, fundraising. That didn't work out. So then we went on to kind of having a steering committee that was more or less defining the strategy and leaving space for everyone to contribute individually.
We also assigned people from different backgrounds using their talents to contribute in individual areas.
Whenever we had breaks, we did a presentation. Where are we? We updated the class. We collected their idea, when they agree, when they don't agree. When we need help for something we did not anticipate at the beginning, we informed all the class so quickly we can find solutions together.
What is important is really to find the subject and topic which is close to each of the participants, and it's also inspiring leader who can lead you towards our objective.
Pretty soon we realized that we needed to be flexible and let people contribute when it was the best time for them, and that's not the same time for everyone.
Keeping them engaged, that's not the easiest thing, but we definitely did a really fair job at communicating with everybody.
We also had some of the steering committee contacting directly some of the members to chase them on the deliverables. We also, from the beginning, monitored the progress on the different KPIs, and we shared those progress with the cohort.
Both Mannheim Business School and the SEC gave their support to the project, getting in touch with the steering committee when necessary and advising on specific events being held either in Paris or in Mannheim.
ESSEC supported the communication campaign we did on LinkedIn. ESSEC provided the infrastructure for the online conference we had with both organizations.
ESSEC supported us with facilities when we organized a very nice conference and an event here. And of course, ESSEC provided all the spaces and facilities that we required. We had a small financial contribution from ESSEC too. We could use ESSEC as a platform for communicating about our project. And of course, for example, when you were organizing the event, telling that we were staging the event at ESSEC, it gives credibility. So the speakers, they were much more willing to come than if there was no ESSEC name behind.
How much you can realize if you have a motivated group and a number of inspiring people, and on the other hand, how difficult it is that not all the people engage in the same level, and you have tried to accept that there is a different level of engagement.
What I've learned is that as a team and as a community, when we believe in the mission we want to achieve, when we team together, we are able to deliver and sometimes even over-deliver despite the challenge.
So being part of the steering committee for that project in such a situation and environment was a learning in itself, but also by being the contact person with the association in France, I really learned much more about how non-profit organization works, what their needs are, and how they operate on a daily basis.
Get away from the organization model that you are used to having in companies, because it's not like a job. It's more like a foundation or an association.
It was a good experience how to motivate our classmates, participants in general, for the social project, because there is no any responsibility here. It's not a business task. It's not a business project anymore. So here is a different approaches in general.
When I saw the brochure, there was a social project indicated there. And when I saw it, I said, okay, that's the moment, because I have been longing to set up this association since a few years now.
So when I decided to do the MBA, of course, like everyone, I went to different schools. And the social project of ESSEC, it was something unique and something that I really think was a driver for my decision. Social responsibility is a key element of leadership, so you cannot dissociate both things.
One of my proudest moments with the social project and as being a mother, my daughter at her university, by our example, is setting up a leukemia club at her school.
We're very proud of our participants and all of their accomplishments. So now that you've seen some concrete examples of projects, let me tell you a little bit more about how we organize and how we implement the social class project into our curriculum. The social class project fully embodies ESSEC's values. We aim to teach our participants to face current challenges, and it is very important for us to train responsible leaders who give back to society. Group work is also an important component of our EMBAs. And the social class project is just one of several group projects that participants have to complete throughout the program. There's also a strategic project or an entrepreneurial project, and participants work in multi-competence teams throughout the entire program. Participants have been informed throughout the interview process that the social class project is a critical aspect of the program, and this transpires when they arrive. They're usually very proud and they're really eager to start working on it. The program lasts about 18 months, and we introduce the topic after 3 months because we want to give the participants some time to get to know each other before they decide which project they want to work on. We introduce the topic with academic directors and program staff. We usually mention past projects to give them some ideas about what can be done. Participants are entirely responsible for the project themselves. This includes brainstorming and coming up with a project, agreeing on it, setting goals, and accomplishing them together. They have 1 year to complete the project. This is a lot of time, but also it's not that much time when you think about how many things they need to get done. We advise them to appoint a steering committee with 6 to 10 participants. For the rest, there are no real rules, so it's quite flexible. Besides the initial introductory session, we don't actually have any time allotted for the social class project in the official program. Participants are responsible for finding time to work together on the project. We are seeking to encourage individuals to work together, and we're aware that this makes things harder for them, but it's part of the challenge. We usually have at least a dozen ideas from participants, and as you can imagine, it's really hard to get 50 people to agree on just one project. Participants usually organize pitching sessions for their different ideas, and they usually end up voting to decide which project they'll be working on for the year. In addition to choosing a project, participants set their own key performance indicators, and they're free to be as ambitious as they wish with the goals for their project. In addition to creating a steering committee, participants usually organize other committees, such as operations, communication, finance, sponsors, etc. Every participant in the cohort should take an active role in the project. Our cohorts are quite international, so it can be hard to find time to organize with everyone based in so many different countries and different time zones. As you saw in the testimonials, participants usually end up associating with one or more NGOs, and this is really good because once they commit to an NGO, they really don't want to let them down, and this gives them additional motivation to succeed. Here to give you some tips from the program management side is my colleague Baptistine Mazzetto.
Hi there, I'm Baptistine Mazzetto and I'm responsible for the leadership programs at ESSEC Business School. Since 2014, I've been on the EMBA program and following cohorts since then. There are a couple of do's and don'ts, or even tips, we can share with you today related to the management of the social class project. The social class project is undeniably the most challenging group exercise in the program. There may be during the program some tension in the group. Why? Because they will need to perform and do individual and group assignments, and that will conflict with the agenda of the class project. So the program management team is in touch with the steering committee to monitor, see how they're feeling, where they're at, and we are here to comfort them and tell them they will succeed, they will overcome these challenges. Some cohorts will decide to host events, organize fundraisers on campus. So the school is open and happy to give them access to on-campus facilities, classrooms, so they can organize their events. It can be also in a form of donation. The schools are willing to help out. It could be some money we wire to the NGO they're supporting or the association they're helping out. We are also open to participate in the accommodation and travel fees of the guest speakers should they come from abroad. The sanitary crisis has added another level of complexity and challenge in the class project. It is an international program and participants are based worldwide. Some events and actions they had planned in their KPIs were rescheduled, postponed, and some even cancelled. So it was a big bummer in the engagement and the morale of the class. But there was a silver lining to it. Most of the actions were taken digitally. It is where we managed to help out tremendously. We decided to promote the digital events, the ads and also campaigns through our social and professional networks. And here we were very happy to see there was a huge positive response. And it's also very encouraging to see that alumni and also participants of current cohorts are very engaged in the actions taken by participants in their class project. So these are a couple of advice we are able to share with you today to explain you and tell you how program management is involved in the class project. Of course, you can see it's more of a backstage role. We are not in the forefront. The class is doing the class project, but we are here to make connections and to give them emotional support when they need it. So in the end, they can be very proud of their success.
At the end of the year-long period, participants present their results to academic directors and to program management. The project presentation is a really special time because they're usually quite proud of what they've accomplished and they're really eager to share it with us. During the presentation, participants explain what they did throughout the year, give updates on their KPIs, tell us if they reached their targets, and tell us what they learned from the experience. At the end of the EMBA, the social class project appears on the transcript. Participants in the ESSEC EMBA receive a grade for the project, and it's actually a peer assessment that's done by the steering committee. So as you can see, the participants are really fully responsible for the project from beginning to end, even for their grade. The social class project truly embodies ESSEC's values, and it's an integral part of our EMBA curriculum. We give participants free rein on this project, and they are entirely responsible for it. This additional challenge is what sets our program apart. Thank you so much for attending this session. I hope you enjoyed learning about the ESSEC Social Class Project. I would also love to hear about your programs, so please feel free to share so we can learn from each other. I will now open up for Q&A.